Hello everyone, welcome to this YouTube live. In this live, I would like to talk about my new book. Recently, I released a book with the title. Let me just share the screen so that I can show the book itself. Okay, so I am sharing the screen. I hope I shared it right. Okay, so this is the book title: How to Use AI Tools to Learn English. A beginner's guide to speaking, writing, and understanding English with ChatGPT and free AI tools. Okay. Long for a long time, I was thinking about writing this book, but I thought in the beginning I can concentrate more on development related, coding related AI things like. Um, Mostly targeting developers, right? RAG agents, that kind of stuff, and beginner friendly AI books like that I released. This one, I understand that there is a huge demand for these kinds of things because a lot of people are learning English throughout the world. Okay, from various parts of the world with the various kinds of mother tongue. People are interested in learning English, right? So that they can communicate globally. So in that perspective, a lot of people are interested in learning English. I realized that fact when I was like looking for tutor platforms for teaching AI. That time I found that a lot of English teaching platforms are there, and a lot of people are using that platforms. Okay, so I realized the market demand. But when I was searching that on Amazon, it was surprise. I couldn't find any useful books. Okay, so I just thought of releasing the book immediately with the help of ChatGPT. Okay, so you can go through the description here. Actually, I provided the link in the book link, Amazon book link, in the description of this video. You can just click that link and come to this page and go through the description. You can read the samples and virtual voice sample. Okay, this book is right now available as Kindle book and audio book, paperback version. Okay, and in that book, as one chapter, I included the list of useful AI tools for learning English. Okay, a lot of tools are there. Okay, so I arranged them in various categories: conversation chatbots like ChatGPT, Gemini, Copilot. Okay, and the grammar like Grammarly, that kind of stuff. Okay, so you can just check that this article you can freely read. It is available at my blog. You can find my blog by searching QPT blog. I already specified about that, right? If you are my regular visitor, you will be knowing that. In this blog, I have been publishing a lot of blog posts from the year 2008 itself. Recently, you can find a lot of AI related blog posts. Okay, a lot of AI related blog posts, and recently I included this blog post: useful AI tools for learning English. Okay, um, so you can just click these links. Okay, okay, mostly almost all these links are providing free services. Okay, but for like additional features they may provide a paid option, but almost all the links are providing free options. Okay, so I haven't included fully paid tools that suppose if you are interested in spending money, you can consider that things also, but I'm not including because my understanding is even with the help of chat gpt itself you can learn a lot of things. Okay, that is the purpose of this book. Okay, this book is available in a different format as I said. It is available to read as Kindle, listen as audiobook, and paperback. In case of audiobook, it is created with virtual voice with the help of Amazon KDP virtual voice service. Okay, so I believe this book will be useful for various kinds of people, people who are just interested in learning English, very beginners, And even people who are interested in preparing for exams like TOEFL, that kind of exams, right? So it's like I'm not focusing on teaching English, so I'm not good at that. Okay, but my intention of this releasing this book is to tell about different approaches for effectively using AI tools, that to free AI tools to learn English. Okay, I understand that it's a, a wide audience. It has a lot of audience. So, suppose even if you are not interested in knowing about these tools, maybe you can tell about these tools to your friends who are preparing for any kind of exams related to learning English. Okay, yes, especially this blog post. This entire book is to explain the things. But if you are already familiar with prompt engineering, other things, maybe you can just straight away start using these tools. Okay, I'll be sharing that through the chat. I shared that. Okay, and you can reshare with your friends on the social media. Okay. Okay, this is like overview about this book. If you are a Kindle Unlimited KU member, you can freely read this book. And I enrolled it into KDP Select. That means I can set it for free for a few days. I set the free offer on November 21st and it's 22nd, coming Friday and Saturday. Okay, you can make use of that opportunity to get it for free. Anyway, the price is very very low, like just 2.99 in Amazon.com. In Amazon.in, it is just 1900 rupees only. Amazon.in. I understand that people from India will be interested in knowing these things. Okay, you can search my name, Rajamanikam Anjanimuthu. Okay, and click my name here, and it will be listing all my books. Right now I have around 41 books. Okay, and by default it will be sorted by popularity. Change it into publication date so that it will be showing the recent books. So here, yes, the first book as of now, it is how to use AI tools to learn English. Click that. Okay, so just 19 rupees. Okay, you can make use of this opportunity. Or even if you are not willing to spend this 99 rupees, you can wait for this free offer. Okay, and remember to use that during this free offer period, and tell about this offer to your friends also. Okay, if you like this book, you can add your ratings and review comments. Okay, I won't say that it is an extraordinary book, but it has all the basic details to be familiar with using AI tools to learn English. Once you start using that, you can understand the power. So you need not spend money for getting courses and getting training, joining training classes, other things. And moreover, it will be more effective also. Let me show some chapters. Okay. So, how to use AI tools to learn English. That is the title of the book. Okay, and subtitle is A Beginner's Guide to Speaking, Writing, and Understanding English with ChatGPT and free AI tools. So, mostly free tools, okay, especially ChatGPT. All my examples will be through ChatGPT. So, these are the chapters. It has 14 chapters. First one is just introduction, like why English learning is easier now than ever. And the second chapter is to give some overview about AI. I hope everyone is knowing about that. Just to give some overview, what is AI, and that chapter discusses about the five biggest English learning problems, and it will explain about how AI can solve them. Okay, and the fourth chapter highlights how to use ChatGPT for English practice. Okay, and the fifth one is about learning vocabulary, and almost all these chapters are related to AI. Okay, learning vocabulary with AI, then grammar made easy with AI, and speaking skills with AI, then writing skills and listening skills and reading with the help of AI, and improving pronunciation. Okay, and then AI tools for exams, general things. And the 13th chapter is important one. It has full-fledged list of all the useful AI tools for learning English. Okay, and then the conclusion chapter. Okay, it's a very simple book only, just 82 pages, and uh, you'll be finding it very useful. Suppose if you are interested in learning AI, I already created a course. You can find it at rajamanikam.com. I have provided the link. Okay, so you can just copy the link. I will show. So here you can get that course. Okay, so it will be useful for beginners. What is AA? Understand AA basics with easy examples, best practices, and tips for using ChatGPT and Gemini. It's a general course. Okay, so if you're not familiar with basic things, you can get this course. Not only for that, even for AI development like RAG, MCP, AI agents, LangGraph, LangChain. If you want to learn those kinds of things, then you can get this course. Okay, in that case also you can get this course. Okay, so it's a full-fledged course starting from beginning to advanced things. Okay, it has more than 8 hours of tutorial videos, and it has 9 A rated ebooks, useful ebooks. Okay, okay. So I included that link, and I provided my email ID rajamanikam.a@gmail.com. If you are interested in getting one-on-one coaching, especially to learn about AI, prompt engineering, RAG, other stuff, you can contact me. Okay. So here was the first chapter. Actually, I made all this content with the help of ChatGPT. Okay, suppose I fully reviewed it, and I used extensive prompting techniques to come up with quality content. Okay, so here it listed like advantages. Okay, so mostly we can list lot of advantages, but the unique advantages is like the AI won't get tired, right? It can repeat the same thing any number of times. You can ask it repeatedly. Okay, so let me explain that things. But the fundamental thing is the basic difference between human trainer and this AI, right? So, and moreover, most of the people will be feeling shy to get trained from other trainers, right? So that for them, these kinds of AI tools are really useful. Okay, that is fear of being judged, right? So that kind of barrier will be broken by AI tools. Okay, so that are the basic things. So AI is addressing that things properly, and moreover other additional advantages. Okay, so a lot of tricks and tips are there with the help of AI, which may not be relevant for human trainer. Okay, and moreover it's free, right? You need not spend money for tuition fees and for your trainer, right? Okay, and you need not travel to the training centers. A lot of advantage. From your home with your mobile itself we can learn English extensively. Okay, um, so almost a lot of free tools are there. Okay, so there is no financial barrier. Okay, and there is no waiting time, right? So you can get your clarifications immediately and feedback, whatever thing. Okay, so so a lot of advantages. Maybe you can go through that once you buy this book. Okay, and this one also, in case of standards training centers, if they're taking one example from the domain which is not familiar to you or which you don't like it, In that case it will be boring, right? Or finding difficulty to follow that kind of lessons. But in that case, you can choose your favorite topics, in case if you are going to use AI tools for learning. Okay, so a lot of such advantages are there. Okay, so that things you can just go through that. I'm just scrolling. Okay, so this is the chapter one. Chapter two is explain about what is AI in a simple way. Okay, so you can check that. Okay, as I said, if you want to learn more about AI, prompt engineering, other things, you can just contact me, so that we can have one-on-one coaching for affordable hourly charges. Okay, so it's a very beginner friendly. Suppose if you already know those things, maybe you can skip this chapter. Okay, but my suggestion is just to go through that. It is very simple things only, right? You may find some points there itself. Okay, so at the end of the chapter, the message is if you can send a WhatsApp message, you can use AI tools for learning English. Because some people will be thinking that for using AI tools, they may need to learn something, right? So there is no need to have that kind of stuff. It's very user friendly. That tools will be guiding you. Okay, and moreover, this purpose of this book is not to promote any kind of tools. That is the reason why I avoided all the paid tools. A lot of paid tools are there. Mostly, you'll be coming to know that through advertisements, right? So I don't want to repeat the same thing here. In case if you are interested in paid tools, you can go with that kind of stuff. But I don't want to include. And because my understanding is free tools are really helpful in a lot of ways. So they are enough, and they are better than even some scenarios. They are better than the paid things. Okay. So in that perspective, uh, you can use free tools. Okay. So this barrier, like I used to see these things in many places, no one to practice speaking with. Many people will be saying that they uh, found it difficult to practice English because their friends and family members are not knowing about English like that. Okay, so in that scenario, you can always use AI tools for 24 by 7. At any time, you can talk with AI tools, right? They it can give feedback. It can guide you to proceed in an effective way, right? So till this thing, we can understand that AI tools are really powerful. They are easy. They are free. Okay, so now we should be knowing about how to use that, right? That is the mm, thing I will be discussing in the coming chapters, right? You can. Okay, once you are feeling comfortable with the advantages of AI, then I hope you will be interested in spending your time with AI tools. That is the purpose of having first a few chapters to highlight the advantages of AI. Okay, and some samples also. So, suppose if you are a complete beginner, if you don't know how AI tools will be teaching you English, then you can get some sample prompts, something. Okay. So this chapter 4 is about using ChatGPT. Okay, how to use that. I provided a lot of simple prompts like how to start that. Hi, I want to learn English. Help me speak English. Like that kind of simple things. Okay, and ChatGPT will be will be guiding you based on the things. But if you want to know how ChatGPT is working, a few weeks back I released another book about ChatGPT. Maybe you can buy that also, or I already talked about it in my various previous videos. Okay, you can consider watching that videos also. Though the start using ChatGPT is very simple, if you know it fully, uh, or if you know more details about ChatGPT, you can effectively use it. It has a lot of features and handling memory session and that kind of stuff. If you are familiar with those things, you can feel comfortable in using them. Okay, but anyway, it will guide you. Okay, you can, even if you have any questions, you can ask. Even you can ask ChatGPT how to use ChatGPT effectively for learning English. In that way, also you can start. Okay, And you can tell about that. I understand that there may be different kinds of people. Some people will be interested in learning English as a beginner. Some people already know about English vocabulary and basic grammars. They may be interested in strengthening their grammar skills by reinforcing the learning. Okay, in that case you can tell that details. Okay, so based on that, it will be guiding you. That's what I'm telling. It's a fully customizable one. So you can ask like this. You can fully chat with like similar to yeah, human. You can ask the chat GPT any questions, and the only thing is it won't be getting tired, right? You can ask any number of times. Okay, you can ask it. And you should be knowing about the very basic details, right? Chat GPT, that conversation, you have to keep the conversations to one place. Say for example, you can go to Chat GPT, and if you're asking in this chat window, you have to keep all these things in the same page. Then only it will be referring to your previous questions. If you start new chat again, say for example, if you're learning from this chat page, and next day if you are starting new chat, then your previous questions will not be referred whenever you ask new questions. Okay, so in that case my suggestion is always use a single chart continuously. Okay, so that ChatGPT can understand you properly. Okay, but it has memory feature, but it randomly it will be picking that inputs and it will be storing in memory. So we cannot expect cross reference across multiple charts. Okay, so I would suggest learning from single chart. But suppose if you want to learn something completely different, maybe in that case you can start a new chart. Okay. Okay. And I hope everyone understand that we can type, we can speak, dictate, and even you can use voice mode. Voice mode, you can continuously talk. Okay. So a lot of features are there with the ChatGPT itself for learning English. That is the purpose of this book. You need not buy any paid tools. You can use a free version of ChatGPT itself to learn a lot of things easily, and other similar free tools. Okay. Okay, so here I provide a lot of sample prompts. Okay, suppose if you give some details about, say for example, if you want to send email but you don't know how to write, you can give the information in bit and pieces, right? And you can instruct it to give the final email, so it will be writing, and you can give more details about who is the audience and what kind of a format or tone you want to use, right? So it all comes under prompt engineering. If you are familiar with prompt engineering, you can effectively learn with that. I provided some samples. Okay. Already I released a book about chart prompt engineering. If you are interested, you can check. You can go through all my books here. Like as I said, you click my name at Amazon, search my name. You can find all my books. I showed right. 41 books are there. Okay. So if you are interested in learning Chat GPT and interested in learning prompt engineering, for everything you have book. Okay. And even I recently I released a book about using AI tools for celebrating Christmas effectively. Okay, so that book also there. Okay, so you can check that things by going through my profile in the Amazon. Okay, okay, so a lot of books, and share your feedback also so that I can improve the upcoming books. Okay. Suppose if you are interested in learning grammar, maybe you can ask ChatGPT to teach grammar. Like, for example, I provided some examples. Teach me past tense in simple English, like that. Okay. So for vocabulary building, you can use like by asking ChatGPT for simple words, example sentences, synonyms, opposite, daily vocabulary list, like quizzes, like that. Okay. Give me 10 simple English words for beginners. Use each word in a sentence. Test me with a small quiz. So it's a two-way thing. You can ask ChatGPT to provide some information, and similarly, you can ask it to test your knowledge and give the feedback. Okay. So a lot of sample prompts just step by step I included. Okay. So just check those details by buying this book. This is about learning vocabulary. Okay. Sample prompts. Okay. I don't recommend copying some standard prompts. I used to see a lot of books selling these prompts are useful because the things are dynamically changing. My suggestion is interactively discussed with the chat GPT. That way it will be very useful. But anyway, I provided some sample prompts to give some examples just for inspiration. Like, and for pronunciation, you can use Google Translate, right? So you should be knowing about Google Translate. That also very useful for learning English. Translate.google.com, right? So here you can type anything in your mother tongue. Also, you can type, and then you can translate to English. Then you can pronounce that. Okay. Say for example, um, or just just for pronunciation purpose, you can just click here. How are you? And then you can listen to that, right? It will be reading. So in that way, you can easily learn. So Google Translate also a powerful tool. Okay, okay. So a lot of other tools like Uglish something, reverse. So I listed all these tools with links in the 13th chapter. Okay. Similarly, you can ask AI to create fill in the blanks, multiple choice questions. Just you can ask ChatGPT to test your skills. Okay, but one thing you have to always remember: ChatGPT is not that much reliable. Not only ChatGPT, any kind of AI tools, they are subject to hallucination. Sometimes they may be behave in a random way, but that things you can find the pattern, and in that case you can just ignore them. Okay, so don't strictly follow ChatGPT's instructions. Okay, if you have any questions or anything, maybe you can cross check with other tools like Gemini, DeepSeek, okay, Microsoft Copilot, or even you can open another ChatGPT window. Sometimes it will correct the mistakes. Okay, and after vocabulary, the grammar also you can learn. I provided a lot of sample things like explain the difference between yes and or in simple English. And similarly you can type suppose if you or if you have some sentences in your mind and you want to know whether they are grammatically correct, you can ask that, and even you can ask ChatGPT to improve that in a proper grammar. Okay. Or you can even you can just start with the teach me English grammar step by step as a beginner. Like that also you can learn. It's all up to your way of learning, your current level. Okay. So the purpose of this book is just to give some example about how to use AI tools to learn English. But you can explore in a different way. Okay, that inspiration you can get it from ChatGPT itself. You can just do the brainstorming, and moreover, it is not only for English. This book is to learn English. Similarly, you can learn other languages also, right? Okay. So this is about grammar, a lot of sample things. Okay. And then speaking skills like improving the pronunciation, avoiding grammar mistakes, like so just to speak in a proper way, right? That already in the beginning itself I mentioned, right? AI is very powerful by giving acting as a partner for learning English, right? So you can use it at any time without any hesitation, without any fear of judgment, right? Okay. Okay. And moreover you can test your way of speaking. You can just record it and you can ask ChatGPT to give its feedback and its suggestions. Okay, so it is for improving your way of speech, your pronunciation, your grammar mistake, everything it can improve. So, for example, recently I recorded one small sample audio using this Audacity, and then I just uploaded that and asked the like check this audio and give you suggestions to improve my speech. So for that, ChatGPT provided all these suggestions. Okay, your audio shows a low average loudness. This makes your speech sound a bit low energy. How to improve? Even it is giving suggestions to improve. But if you want to get feedback only based on the grammar or other perspective, just you can specify in the prompt itself. Okay. Otherwise, it will be giving from all the giving it suggestions from many perspectives. Okay. Uh, and it provide a lot of suggestions and even some practice tongue placement exercises suggested that. Okay, and even about the microphone, everything. Okay, so this way it's very useful. You can just record something and you can ask ChatGPT's feedback and just implement its suggestions and then again do it after a few days. Okay, and check that. Okay, and like you do a lot of learning through ChatGPT, right? But if you want to track the progress something, you can use some kind of automation tools like N8N so that you can put all these details in Google Sheet or somewhere automatically, and you can refer that in the coming days, right? That kind of systematic learning also you can do. But my suggestion is, as a beginner, you can just start discussing with ChatGPT continuously. You can learn a lot of things. Okay, just to start doing the brainstorming. And suppose if you don't know how to proceed further, maybe you can refer this book for getting the sample prompts. Okay, so this role play is very useful in case of learning. That conversation is very important, right? You can use a role play like let's role play. You are a customer, I am a shopkeeper, like that, right? And in that case, ChatGPT will be doing conversation with you. That will improve your learning ability. Okay. So, like as I said, we can use ChatGPT for coaching you, correcting your pronunciations. Okay, and whisper-based apps also there. I already provided uh, instructions about how to use the Whisper model. Okay, it's a free model, but you have to use it in your local. For that, you may need some Python knowledge. Okay, otherwise some third party tools might be using that, but my suggestion is just uh, uh, learn the things how to use that model. Okay, once after doing initial setup you can easily use it later on. I provided all the details, even the book I provided the link. You can find it at the end of the chapters. Okay, so the chapter 8 is about writing skills. Okay, and then next chapter, so a lot of sample prompts. Okay, but need not follow these prompts exactly. These are just to get some idea. Okay, so you follow your own ways. Okay, so listening skills. Okay, and then so for reading fast. Okay, but as I said, you need not follow exactly in this way. Just start doing brainstorming with ChatGPT, and then you can follow in your own way. But my suggestion is at least one time go through this book so that you can get some idea or some inspiration. Okay, so this is about pronunciation. This is to tell about AI tools for exams like TOEFL exams, right? Just to grade your things according to that exams. Okay, so it's a mock test kind of stuff. Okay, but you shouldn't rely on this. Okay, they are subject to a lot of shortcomings, so don't rely on them just to get some idea. Okay, so I provided some sample prompts for them also. So this one very important chapter. This chapter content I provided as a free content on my blog also. Okay, so that tool ChatGPT is almost enough from my understanding. But if you need other tools, you can. And say suppose if you are facing any difficulty in using ChatGPT, in that case you can use Google Gemini or Microsoft Copilot also. Okay, and for grammar, whenever you are writing on social media or documents everywhere, Grammarly is a very very useful. I've been using it for many years. That browser extension, so that you can use it at any page or any website. Okay. In case of ChatGPT, you have to come to chatgpt.com, right? But in case of Grammarly, you need not go to grammarly.com. You can do from there also, but if you install their browser extension, you can do it from any website. Okay, so in that case Grammarly is very useful, and similarly languagetool.org, a lot of tools are there, you can go through that. Okay, each tool has its own benefits. Okay, my understanding is like basic things like Grammarly, ChatGPT, Google Translate, that are all enough to learn. Okay, but if you need other, suppose I understand everyone has their own way of learning, right? So you can explore other things also. Okay, so you can check. So I specified a lot of tools. Okay. Okay. So there is no restriction, right? You can freely use AI tools at any time, and without any hesitation, you can start using it without the fear of judgment. So now you have a lot of options, right? So there is no reason not to learn English at this time period. Okay, because it needs like we need to use English specifically to improve our career opportunities. A lot of advantages are there, right? So in that perspective, uh, AI tools are really useful. But as I said, it is not only for English. If you are planning to visit some other place where English is not spoken and you need to learn that their local language, in that case also these kinds of tools will be useful. Okay. Um, But this book is just to highlight the way of using AI tools to learn English specifically. Okay. Okay. So, okay. Just buy this book if you are interested to get this information, and yeah, you can share your feedback with me. And if you like this book, add your ratings and reviews on Amazon. Okay. And I'm planning to release more books in the coming days, and your suggestions and feedback will be useful to improve the quality of those books. Okay, and if you are interested in reading my other books, just search my name Rajamanikam Antony Muthu and then come to my other page. You can find all my books. I already in my yesterday's video. It seems I in the yesterday's video. I explained about most of my books. Okay, or you can just go through that books one by one, and if you are interested, just buy this course book. Or if you are interested in adding like a rating and feed review, you can contact me to get a free review copy PDF file of any of the books. Okay, and if you are Kindle Unlimited member, you can freely read most of my books. Okay, most of my new books. Old books are non-exclusive. That books I am selling through my website rajamanikam.com also. So I cannot enroll into KDP Select. Okay, so I cannot. In that case, I cannot make them free, or I cannot allow the Kindle Unlimited users to read them free. Okay. I have plans for publishing more books, but I would like to first get feedback and ratings for at least few books, and then I will be releasing more books. I am in the process of preparing them, especially for telling about AI tools that are useful for YouTubers and AI tools that are useful for digital marketers and web developers. That kind of perspective. I already provided a general book, AI tools for various people. Okay, so AI, and even I released a book about AI tools for healthcare professionals and the teachers. Okay, this is a general AI tools book, and now I would like to release books for YouTubers and digital marketers, that kind of persons. A lot of tools are there, and I know those people are mostly technical people. They should be knowing about how to use ChatGPT, other things, but some specific tools are there, and a lot of people are developing different kinds of tools. Okay, but my suggestion is okay, that specific tools are useful, but general tools like the LLMs like ChatGPT, Gemini, DeepSpeak, Copilot, Q1, that kind of tools are enough to uh, 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 use AI for our usage. Okay, at least to some extension. Okay, so that is what my understanding. But if you need to use specific tools, I'm just exploring. Suppose if you know any specific tool which is really useful for YouTubers or digital marketers, you can specify them through the comment sections. I'll include that in my upcoming books. Okay. Okay. Let me check any questions are there. No other questions, so I will be stopping here. Okay. Thanks. Thanks for watching this video.